Hello and welcome to this channel. In this video I will show you how to make a necklace for men, a surf necklace, using wooden beads. I will use beads that are in the natural color of wood and black beads, and I will also need certain tools. I will use a big beading needle, this needle, a pair of pliers, a lighter, a pair of scissors, and a measuring tape to measure the length of the necklace. And I will also use this ring in order to open and close the jump rings. First of all, in order to make the necklace, I will need some thread. I will use this nylon thread, this black nylon thread. And in order to create a necklace for men, a surf necklace, I will measure 40 centimeters, that is 16 inches, of thread. So the length of the thread should be 16 inches, about 16 inches, or 40 centimeters. So this long. I will also need some findings. I will need a clasp, a lobster claw clasp to open and to close the necklace. I will also need those jump rings that I've told you about a bit earlier. And for the end of the thread, I will use these metal beads. And I will also use a shell. As you can see, this one is painted, and a jump ring to decorate the necklace. So let's begin. I will put the beads away and most of the tools, and I also use this magnetic sheet in order to put the small metal items on this magnetic sheet so that they do not roll off the table. So first of all, I will begin by taking the thread that I have already measured to be 16 inches or 40 centimeters. You can make the thread longer or shorter, depending on the diameter of your neck. You can simply put the thread around your neck and see how long you would like the thread to be, and then you will add a few centimeters at the end of the thread so that you can make the knot and add the lobster claw clasp. So let's begin by making 1 or 2 knots at the end of the thread, so that we can put the bead ends. Now I have made a few knots at the end of the thread, and in order to get rid of this end, which does not look so good, I will simply take the lighter and burn this end like this. Now the next step is to take the needle, the big eye beading needle, and I will take one of these crimps, metal crimps, and I will put the crimp, this little crimp, I'll put it on the thread. So I will take the needle and put the thread through the needle like this. Let's see a bit from a distance. So I put the thread through the needle like this, and now I will take the crimp and put the crimp on the needle like this. And now I will move the crimp until it reaches the end of the thread like this. And now let's see from a closer distance. So the crimp is at the end of the thread, and I will take the pliers, the chain nose pliers, and press on the crimp like this. This way. And now I will add one of those bead ends. So these are the bead ends, and as you can see they have a hole here, and I will put the needle with the thread through the hole of the bead end. And now I will move the bead end this way, like this. And now, as you can see, the crimp together with the knot at the end are inside of this bead end, metal bead end. I will take the pliers and press on these two sides of the bead end like this, and now I have closed this bead end. This way I have closed this bead end like this, and now I will take one of those jump rings and grab the jump ring with the pliers, and I will also take the jump ring opener in order to open the jump ring like this. So as you can see, I have opened the jump ring, and I will put the jump ring through the bead end like this, and the next step is to attach the lobster claw clasp. So I will take the lobster claw clasp and put it on this jump ring like this. So as you can see, the bead end is connected to the jump ring, and the jump ring is connected to the lobster claw clasp. And now I will close this jump ring using the pliers, the chain nose pliers, and the jump ring opener. And now, as you can see, I have attached the lobster claw clasp to the jump ring and the jump ring to the bead end. And here begins the thread on which I will put the beads. And now I will remove the tools that I don't need for the moment, and I will start adding the beads. So as I said, I will add white and black beads like this, and I will start putting the beads on the thread. So I'll put a few white beads, so they have the natural color of the wood. Like this, and then I'll put a black one. Then I'll continue by putting white beads, a black bead, this way, so this is what the necklace will look like. A few white beads, then some black beads, and again a few white beads. And I will continue adding the beads until I get to the middle of the necklace. Now he also wants to know what I'm doing here. Kitty? Not here, Kitty. You're not allowed. And now that I have reached the middle of the string, I will add a few more white beads. And then I will add 2 black beads to mark the center of the string. So first of all I will put these beads, and now before I continue adding the second bead, I will create the pendant. So I will need a larger jump ring like this, and I will use this shell as a pendant. As you can see, it is a normal shell which is painted. So I will take the jump ring like this, and grab it with the pliers like this, and I will open the jump ring with the jump ring opener like this. I will put the jump ring through the shell pendant, and I will close the jump ring using the jump ring opener and the pliers like this. And now I will add this pendant to my string. So I will put the pendant on the string that I have created like this, and I will continue with the second black bead, I will put the second black bead that marks the center of the necklace like this, and I will continue by adding the beads in the same order until both sides of the necklace are equal. And these are the last beads. And now the necklace is symmetrical. Like this. And now I will add, in order to close the necklace, I will add the findings at the end of the necklace. First of all, I will add the bead end, like this. This way. And I will also add a crimp. So I'll put the crimp on the needle, like this, and put it inside of this bead end. So I will open the bead end. I will take the needle out and put it away. And now I will take the pliers and press. So with the pliers I will press on the crimp, like this. And I will also make a knot at the end of the crimp. So that the crimp does not come out. And cut the thread, and with the lighter I will burn the end of the thread, like this. And now I will close the bead end like this, and I'll make sure that it is perfectly closed by using the pliers. So with the pliers I will press the two ends of the bead end like this. And now I have this, let's see from a closer distance, I have this bead end, and I will add a jump ring to the bead end. I will grab the jump ring with the pliers, and with the jump ring opener I will open the jump ring, put the jump ring through the bead end, and I will close it. have closed the jump ring, and now let's see if the lobster claw clasp closes the necklace. So this way. Now the necklace is finished, and one more aspect that I want to add is that whenever you put the bead at the end of the string and you make the knot at the end of the string, you should take care that you leave some space, as you can see here, between the beads, so the necklace should not be very tight like this, so the beads should not press over one another, because that would give a more rigid aspect to the necklace. Like this, if you leave just a millimeter of string here before you put the bead end, as you can see here, there is a millimeter of thread left. You give the possibility to the beads to move, not to be so fixed on the thread. And this makes the necklace look more flexible. So as you can see, this is the finished surf necklace. As I've told you, the length of the necklace should be around 16 inches or 40 centimeters. So as you can see, it's not very difficult to make a surf necklace like this. You need some tools and a few findings, the thread and the beads. I will show you how to make a necklace using cowrie shells. It will be a very simple necklace. I will use no metal findings. I will only use the cowrie shells, some wooden beads and the string, black string. I will superpose the two ends of the string like this, and I will find the middle of the string like this, and here I will make a knot in order to create a loop like this. So I made a simple overhand knot, as you can see, and I have created this loop over here. And now let's start adding the shells. So I have chosen some shells that should be relatively equal as size, and I will take the first shell, and let's see from a closer distance how I will put the shells on this necklace. So as you can see, I have a string on this side and a string on this side. I will take the string from above and put it like this through the shell and take it out on the lower side here. And I will take the string from below and take it out through here on the upper side. So as you can see, the two strings are crossing like this, inside of the shell. As you can see, there is a cross here. This way. And now here I will make another simple overhand knot. Or as an alternative, I can make another type of knot. So either I can make the simple knot like this, or if I want, I can make a knot that is a bit more aesthetic. I will take the string from this side, put it over the other string like this. Then I will take it underneath the two strings and take it out through this loop here. So I have this loop like this. And I have made this knot over here, this way. Now I will take the next shell and I put the strings the same way. One on top of the shell and the other one on the bottom of the shell. So I will take the string on top of the shell and put it through the shell like this and take it out through the bottom of the shell, and the lower string will be put through the shell like this and taken out on top of the shell like this. And again I will make the same type of knot. I will take this string and put it over the other string like this. Then I will take it underneath the two strings like this, and now I will take it out through this loop here. Like this. This way. So I have already added two shells to this string, to this necklace. So I will continue adding shells using the same pattern. And now I will add the last bead. Like this. So I have crossed the two strings. Now I will make the knot. I will bring one string over the other like this, and I will take it out through this loop here. This was the last knot, and now I will make a larger knot to prevent this knot from slipping. An overhand knot. Like this. I will cut these two cords at this distance, and I will add the beads. I'll put one of the beads on one string like this, and I will make a knot at the end of the string, a simple overhand knot, this way. So I have one bead at this end, and I will put the second bead on the second string like this, and again I will make an overhand knot this way. So I have made these two strings, and now the necklace is ready. So if I want to close the necklace, I just put one of those beads through the loop here, and I can make a simple knot like this. So let's see from a closer distance. So I have this loop here, and I take one bead through the loop this way, and then I simply make a knot with the other string like this. And this is how I close this simple shell necklace. So this is what the cowrie shell necklace looks like. As you can see, this is a very simple necklace. So I use no metal items, no metal findings. And in another video, I will show you how to use metal findings in order, and also beads. I will use beads that I will put in between those shells to make the necklace look more beautiful. And I will also use here at the end metal findings. Of course, if I want to make a necklace with metal findings, I will need other tools besides the scissors. So for this necklace, I only needed the scissors. This was the only tool that I needed to make such a simple necklace. So let's see now. This necklace has used 11 shells. Length of the necklace, so that it should go around the neck, should be at least 35 centimeters or 14 inches. So if the necklace is around 13 or 14 inches, it will go around the neck, around the female neck. For a necklace for men, you should add a few more inches. So 14 inches and around 35-36 centimeters is the length needed for a shell necklace like this. So this is the finished necklace. I will show you how to make a very simple necklace using a cowrie shell pendant. As you can see, this shell is also painted. A few beads. I've chosen some wooden beads. And a piece of leather cord. The leather cord has to be about 1 meter long for a normal necklace with sliding knot. So this will be a necklace with 2 sliding knots on each side, so you will be able to adjust the length of the necklace. As I have told you, this is a very simple necklace. It's easy to make necklace because you do not need findings and you also do not need any tools. All you need is the leather cord, the shell, the pendant, the shell pendant, and the beads. Regarding the beads, one aspect to take into consideration is that you should look for beads that have an orifice large enough so that the cord will go through the bead. Like this. So always when you use leather cord, you must take into consideration that if you use beads, they have to be large enough so that the cord goes through those beads. So you will see that this is a necklace that can be easily made by a beginner who has never made a necklace before or handmade jewelry before. Not only because you do not need any tools, but also because the technique itself is not very difficult to learn. So in order to begin the necklace, we shall first put the pendant, the shell pendant, at the center of the necklace. So we must find the necklace center, so I will take the two cords and superpose them like this to see where the necklace middle is, the center of the necklace is. So this is the center of the necklace. And now I have superposed these two parts of the cord. Now let's see from a closer distance. I will take the shell. Usually when you work with cowrie shells, you must be attentive that if you use leather cord, the leather cord is a bit wider here. This has, for example, 1 millimeter width. And you must take into consideration that if you use a shell, this space here must be large enough so that the leather can go through the shell. Now let's put the leather through the shell like this way, and I will take the loop out on this other side of the pendant this way, and I will take the other end of the cord. So now I have the loop here, and I will take the other end of the cord, the ends of the cord, and put them through the loop. And now I will close this knot. So I have now attached the pendant at the middle of the necklace. And now I have these two cords on the left and on the right, and I have the shell in the middle of the necklace. The next step is to attach the beads. So I will take the bead and put the leather cord through the bead like this. So this is one bead, and this is the other bead. Like this. So I have attached the two beads, and now I will, so the two beads in the color of wood have been attached. Now I will attach the black beads symmetrically on each side of the pendant. Like this. And now the center of the necklace is ready. So as you can see, if I have chosen a green leather cord, I have also tried to match it with the pendant to find a pendant that is the same color as the leather. Regarding the beads, I did not choose colorful beads. I chose beads in neutral color, and for this necklace I chose black beads here and here because the pendant does have black spots, and I also chose some beads in the natural color of wood. Usually, if you are unsure about how to combine the colors, you should think about neutral colors because they not only match each other within the jewelry item, but you can also combine them very easily with any clothing item because generally the neutral colors match any other colors that you might use on your clothing. So the center of the necklace is ready, and now let's make the sliding knots. The making of sliding knots is very easy. I will explain to you how to create the sliding knots. So I have these two cords, pieces of cord, and I will take one of them and put it over the other. And now I will grab the two pieces of cord and I will start turning one of the cords around the other. So I will take it once like this over the cord and take it out on the other side and make one loop and another loop. So as you can see, these two loops, let's see from a closer distance. So as you can see, these two loops must not be very tight because we shall have to put the end of the cord through the loops. So I took the end of the cord out on this side and now I'll put this end of the cord through these two loops like this. So I put the end of the cord through the two loops. So I have the end of the cord here and I have this loop here. Now I will take this end of the cord and put it through this loop here like this. This way. And I have made one of the sliding knots. And now I will make the sliding knot on the other side. I will turn the necklace on this other side and I will superpose the two cords like this. I will grab the cord here, the two cords. I will put the cord over the first cord and then turn it around the other cord twice. I will take the cord out on this side, then put it through the loop once, then the second time, this way, and then I will take it out through this loop here like this. And now I have also made the second sliding knot, and now let's see what the finished necklace looks like. So we have these two sliding knots here on both sides and the pendant, the shell pendant and the beads in the middle. So I will show you how to make a pair of earrings, of simple earrings, using some painted cowrie shells. As you can see, they are broken on this side so that they can be used as beads. I will also use a pair of pliers, the chain nose pliers, which have the top pointed so that they can grab small parts, small findings like these. Another tool that I'm going to use is the jump ring opener. And I will also need some findings, the fishhook ear wires that we use to hang the earrings in the ears, and the jump rings. Now let's take one of those beads and make the first earring. So I will take the bead and I will take one jump ring and open the jump ring with the jump ring opener and the pliers. I will put the bead on this jump ring and I will also put the fishhook ear wire on the jump ring. I'll grab the jump ring with the pliers, and with the jump ring opener I will close the jump ring, and I have created the first earring. So this is a very colorful earring, so it can be worn, for example, at the beach. And now let's do the same with the second earring. I will grab the pliers and I'll grab the jump ring, and with the jump ring opener I'll open the jump ring. I'll put the shell on the jump ring, and now I will put the fishhook ear wire on the jump ring. But before I put the fishhook ear wire, I will see how I put the other fishhook ear wire. So if this fishhook ear wire has the top oriented in this direction, the second fishhook ear wire should have the top here oriented in the opposite direction, so that when I put the earrings on my ears, they both face with the painted side towards the front. For example, if I put the ear wire in the same direction this way, let's see what will happen. I will put the second earring on my ear, and the earring will show the back of the shell, not the front of the shell. This is why I will put the fishhook ear wire in this direction, and then they will both show the colorful part. So I will grab the jump ring with the pliers and the jump ring opener and close the jump ring. And now I have also made the second earring. Like this, we have both earrings ready now. So as you can see, for a pair of earrings like this, we only need 2 simple tools and 2 findings. And we have made a pair of colorful earrings that you can wear, for example, at the beach. Pair of earrings using cowrie shells. As you can see, I have chosen cowrie shells that are painted also beside the white ones, and I will show you how to make a pair of earrings, for which you only need 2 tools and also 2 findings. Before we begin, let's talk about the tools and the findings. So for this pair of earrings, we shall use these 2 tools. And let's talk about each one of them. This ring is called the jump ring opener, and as the name suggests, it is used for opening and closing the jump rings. So these are the jump rings. The second tool that we shall need for this type of earrings are these pliers, which are called the chain nose pliers. As you can see, they are pointed here, they are very narrow, so that with this tip of the pliers we can grab the small items. They are used also for bending wire. They have multiple utilities, but in this case we shall also use them for only one purpose, for opening and closing the jump rings together with the jump ring opener. As you can see, characteristic of these pliers is the fact that they have no teeth on this surface. You can see the surface is very flat. The reason for not having teeth is the fact that this way the findings will not be scratched, or will be scratched less. The disadvantage of not having teeth is the fact that they do not grip so well the findings. And let's talk about the findings now. I've shown you the jump rings, so these are the jump rings. And the jump rings are a very common type of finding that is used for very many jewelry items. They are used for necklaces, for bracelets, for anklets, for very many types of jewelry items. So generally when you make handmade jewelry, you should think about having jump rings, because a lot of jump rings, because you will need them for most of your jewelry items. As you can see, for these earrings I have chosen some large jump rings because of the shape of the cowrie shells. As you can see, these cowrie shells do not have an orifice here so that you could attach a smaller jump ring. They are broken here, so this distance is pretty large, so we shall need a larger jump ring for them. And the second finding that we shall need is this item. This is called a French earwire or a fishhook earwire, and it is used for hanging the earring on your ear, on the earlobe. So we shall only need these two findings for our earrings. And now that I have talked to you about what we need as tools and findings in order to make the earrings, let's start making the earrings. So let's begin by taking the beads, putting them in order like this, and let's start attaching the beads to one another. I'll take a jump ring, I grab it with the pliers, and using the jump ring opener I will open the jump ring. As you can see, I have opened the jump ring very much, because the space of the jump ring, this space, should allow this large bit of shell to go through the jump ring, like this. So I have attached the first bead, and now I will attach the second bead, like this. So I have attached the two beads, and now we are going to close the jump ring. Again, I grab the jump ring with my pliers, and with the jump ring opener I will close it. This way. Like this. So the first two beads have been attached. Now let's attach the next bead, the next shell. I will take the second jump ring, open it like this, and I put it through the first bead and also through the last bead, the second bead, and through the third bead, the last bead. And again I grab it with the pliers like this and close it with the jump ring opener. like this. And now that I have attached the beads to one another, let's attach the last item, the finding, the fishhook ear wire that, as I've told you, is used in order to hang the earring on the earlobe. I will again use a jump ring to attach the fishhook ear wire to the rest of the earring. I'll grab the jump ring with the pliers, open the jump ring, put the jump ring through the bead and attach the fishhook ear wire. I will mention an important aspect that you should take into consideration. So this is the position of the beads, and the front of the beads faces us, right? So we shall take into consideration that when we make our earrings, we should think about what direction those beads will face. If we want the beads to face this direction, then we must calculate how they will look on the ear. So we must calculate what the face will look like. So let's say that this is the face. This is one ear, and this is the other ear. So we have made the first earring, and if we attach it to the ear, we have to put this fishhook ear wire in this position, in this direction, so that it faces the ear this way. If we put it this way, then our earring will face this direction. If we put it this way, the earring, if we put it into the ear, will be looking like this, right? Because we take it, let's see. We put the earring like this, right? And if you want to hang it in this ear, we'll do this. So what will happen? The earring will face the opposite direction, so we'll see the back of the earring. So be very careful that you calculate how the earring should look in the end, and in what direction the front of the earring should go, and according to that you will attach the fishhook ear wire. So I put the fishhook ear wire this way so that I can hang it in the ear like this. I will put the fishhook ear wire like this, and again I will close the jump ring with the jump ring opener, and our first earring is ready. So this is our first earring. And on the background is our little friend who wants something. I think I'll go to see what the cat wants. Right, kitty? Because you don't let us finish the earrings. So anyway, this is the first earring. As you can see, I have finished the first earring. And then let's make the second earring. And here we have our little friend who wants attention because he's getting bored alone. And now that our little mascot has decided to leave us alone, let's continue to make the other earring, but quickly, because the cat is getting bored when he is alone, and he might decide to bother us again. Now let's make the second earring, and we shall use the same steps that we used for the first earring. So I'll take the jump ring, open it with the jump ring opener and the pliers. I'll open the jump ring a bit more so that the bead can go through the jump ring, and I attach the two beads at the bottom of the earring. And now I close them. And now let's take the second earring. The second jump ring, sorry. So I have the second jump ring, I've opened it, I put the last bead, I close the jump ring, like this, and I have attached the last earring, the last bead to the earring. And now let's also attach the fishhook ear wire. Again, I open the jump ring with the jump ring opener, like this. I put the jump ring through the bead, and as I have told you now, if this earring faced the fishhook ear wire, faced the tip of the fishhook ear wire faced this direction, I will have to put this fishhook ear wire in this direction. Why? Because if we have the face here, one of the jump rings, one of the earrings will face this direction, and the other one must look like this, but it also has to show the front of the beads. Therefore, this fishhook ear wire will go in the opposite direction. So if you are not attentive at this detail, you will finish the earrings and you will notice that one of the earrings is reversed. So you will have to open the jump ring and make the fishhook ear wire open the face the other direction, so that the earrings look normal. So these are the two earrings. As you can see, they are dangle earrings, and because I have used these colors, you can match them with something that's with a clothing that has green or red, and you can wear them, for example, at the beach. Generally, the dangle earrings have an elegant look, and they also, because they are long, they also make your neck look longer. So as you can see, it is not difficult to make a pair of earrings like these. The technique for making these earrings is relatively simple because we only need two tools and two types of findings, the jump rings and the fishhook ear wires to hang the earrings on the ear. I will show you how to create a pair of earrings, a pair of animal print earrings using some cowrie shells. As you can see, these cowrie shells have been printed with animal print, and like all cowrie shells, if we want to turn them into jewelry, we need to break them on this side. So these are the shells that I am going to use for these earrings. We shall also need some tools. I will need a pair of pliers, the chain nose pliers, that you can identify by the fact that they are narrow here at the top in order to grab the small findings. And another characteristic of the chain nose pliers is the fact that they have a flat surface without teeth on the inside to prevent them from scratching the findings. Of course, the fact that they have no teeth will make them grab less securely the findings, but nevertheless they will protect the surface of the findings because they will scratch the surface less. So you might risk to lose the findings, so they might fall off the pliers, but on the other hand the pliers will not scratch because they have no teeth. Another tool that I will use is this ring, which is called the jump ring opener. So these two spaces here are made for the jump rings, so a jump ring will fit into this space here, as you can see, and it can be opened and closed with the pliers, like this, and closed. So these are the tools that I will use, and I will also use some findings. On the one hand I will use the jump ring that I've been telling you about, that I am going to open and close with this jump ring opener, and on the other I will use these fishhook ear wires or French ear wires, which are used in order to put to hang the earrings on the ear. The earrings that I will make will be dangle earrings, and you can wear them, for example, at the beach. Let's start making the earrings. First of all, I will take one of the jump rings. I'll grab it with the pliers, and with the jump ring opener I will open the jump ring. I will take one of those shells, put the shell on the jump ring, and then I will put the fishhook ear wire. I will close the jump ring like this, and I have made the first part of our earring. Of course, if you like a shorter earring, you can just leave the earring like this. If you want a dangle earring, then we shall do the next thing. I'll take another jump ring. Again, I'll open the jump ring. I will put the second shell on this jump ring like this, and I have created the first So now I have created the first earring, as you see. So I have attached the two shells to one another, so that I have created the dangle earring. Now I'll take the remaining findings and I will do the same steps. So I'll take one of the shells, I'll grab the jump ring, I'll open the jump ring, I will put the first shell and then I will also put the second shell on this jump ring. Like this. And now let's close this jump ring as well, this way. And I'll take the second jump ring, I'll open it, I'll put the jump ring on the shell, and now I will put the second fishhook ear wire, but I will make sure that the tip of this fishhook ear wire faces the opposite direction than the other fishhook ear wire. So if this fishhook ear wire here points to the left side, the second fishhook ear wire, this one, will point to the right, so that both earrings will show us the front, the colorful part. So I'll put this fishhook ear wire here and I will close the jump ring. Like this. And now our animal print earrings are both ready. With some simple tools, just two simple tools, the pliers and the jump ring opener, and a few findings, the jump rings and the fishhook ear wires. So this is what the earrings look like from a closer distance.